I want to bring Krystell in from IFRC in Beirut. Krystell, I'm sure that you're facing incredible amount of challenges where you are right now. But also the IFRC, of course, is the oldest and largest NGO in the world. We've had a wonderful relationship with the IFRC since we started. And of course, you are an organization that almost uniquely is involved both in global policy setting, but also in dealing with millions and millions of people on the ground on a daily basis who are facing these challenges in a very real way. Do you want to share some of your thoughts about resilience in the community from your perspective?
Sure. Thank you so much. And I guess I will start using all the words from my predecessor, because community resilience is actually about connectedness and having people-centered approach, having the knowledge, having information in order to make decision, to better make a decision at the community level. So for the Red Cross, we've been, as you rightly mentioned, working in the resilient and the community-based approach since many years ago. But one of the investments that we have done is to understand what is actually a community resilient. So what we find out is like, the resilience could be a different level, at the individual level, family level, organizational level. So that have a lot of combination. But what is actually what I need in order to be resilient, to be able to cope, to be able, this is kind of like a part of the definition, to be able to anticipate and to reduce the impact and to recover and to tailor-make, what is going to be my, let's say, solution. And this is coming from the psychological, term. So as humanitarian organization, we have been working also to understand what are these characteristics of our community resilience in order to work across the globe around addressing the need of communities. So what we find out, what is important is a community have, a good preparedness is connected to the social security level. Like, for example, I'm a mother of twins, and as you rightly mentioned, what I do care is like, okay, I have access to the school, social security, access to good health. So all these elements played an important role when we are talking about working at community level, and also to enhance resilience. Talking about these protected crises in the places that I'm now working on, these communities and Yemen, Syria, for example, where you face a lot of complexity, not only related to the environmental vulnerability, for example, the different type of hazard, but you have social vulnerabilities and other elements that make your life, let's say, as a person, maybe difficult to cope. It's like what the organization can do for you, can strengthen your knowledge, can strengthen your access to social security, health, education, and also how us as an organization, we can connect with different elements that are needed in the society, for example. So the impact, of course, of the climate change, we have seen all over the world. We are like right now, actually, we are facing here some floods in Yemen, and the needs are huge. They are related to many, many, many areas that are not only responsible for one organization. So going back to the point of Luis, going into a collective approach that is going to help us to really achieve the community resilience, but also having an integrated approach, a multi-sectorial vision, because community resilience is not about just the disaster and climate, or just the health, or just the access to water. It's about many other factors. And talking about cities, when we have large, medium, and small cities, and how we make this connection among the different peers, among the community, among the different actors. So that requires a lot of new way of working, but also a shifting in how we put the need of the community at the center, and then we work towards that. Usually we think the opposite, like, okay, what we can offer, but actually it's in the opposite way, like how we are taking, the community needs, and then what we can find a solution together to connect this community maybe with other organizations, and also to accompany this community with the knowledge that we have, and depend, of course, of the context, but that requires a lot of reflection from our side. And we need the academic sector, we need the private sector, we need the governmental sector, and we need the whole society to be involved in all this processes in order to be able to recover, in order to be able to cope, and also, of course, to reduce the impact. So all over the world, the Red Cross and the National Society have been working towards to enhance the community resilience since many years. But what is different now is like how we make this process, not in 1-2 communities, how we scale up. And going to scale up is like how we advocate to majors, how we advocate into large scale, having access to resources, how the communities can be really access to the right information that is needed in order to make a decision, in order to save life, in order to save the livelihood, to have access to social security. So all these elements are like, involved when we are talking about community resilience. So I will stop here because for sure we will discuss more around this.
Well, okay. Well, for the first introductory comments, we certainly have plenty to go on.